Hello out there, YouTube. What's going on, guys? It is DDUNN here, the most chill COD player. Today, for you guys, this is going to be my final Black Ops 3 video, maybe one more if I have time to make it today. But we're going to be covering my final review of Black Ops 3 by doing the top 5 things that I did not like and the top 5 things that I did like about Black Ops 3. As always, this is open for discussion and debate, so if you disagree with me, that is fine. Just leave me a comment down below and we can discuss it there. So without further ado, let's move on to the 5 things that I did not like about Black Ops 3. The first thing was inconsistent gunfights playing in core game modes. So there was a lot of reasons for this. I think one was netcoding. Another one would be view kick. High caliber was another reason. Basically all of these things, of course, like the advanced movement and just kind of flying around everywhere, all of these things led to really inconsistent gunfights in my opinion. I just felt like sometimes I would lose gunfights and then just sit there and stare at my TV and just wonder why. Like, I'm shooting the guy, where are my bullets going? And I feel like that was probably the case for a lot of people. Sometimes I would watch live streams and I would watch people and see the deaths that they get, and I'm like, I get deaths like this too, but it makes me like rage to no end. One of my biggest pet peeves in Call of Duty is having inconsistencies with the connections and with the gunfights. I can't stand it. That's why I typically don't really like Treyarch games all that much, because the net coding is usually pretty terrible, and it's one of the reasons why I really struggle to enjoy Modern Warfare 3 sometimes. Just the net coding and the hit detection was just, it just didn't feel good. It didn't feel good, it didn't feel crisp, and I was never really confident in the gunfight, because sometimes I'd be in the middle of a gunfight and think, I got this guy, and then all of a sudden I would drop dead. So I feel like that probably varied, of course, from person to person, because everyone's connection and experience is different, but for me, I just felt like the gunfights in general, playing core, were just really inconsistent. The next thing that I didn't like about Black Ops 3 was the wall running. Although I think that the movement mechanics were improved over Advanced Warfare, the fluidity of them was nice, and the softness, I guess you would say, of the thruster jumps and double jumps was, I think, an improvement over the Advanced Warfare movement style. But the wall running, I think, was not done well. I don't think it should be. It's not one of those things where I'm like, this isn't Call of Duty, it shouldn't be in Call of Duty because it's not Call of Duty. It's one of those things where it doesn't add anything to the game. I don't think that having a wall run around the outside of the map, allowing you to completely navigate the entire flow and pace of the game, I don't see how that adds anything to the game at all. And like I said, it's not like I'm against that because it's Call of Duty. I'm just against it because it doesn't add anything to the content of the game. It doesn't improve the game in any sort of way, in my opinion. And like I said, it completely destroys the pace and the flow of the game, because you have instances where people are just wall running around the outside of the map, and there's no way to predict that, especially if they're using whatever perk that was that kept them off the radar when they boosted. It just, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. I feel like that's probably the majority of what I'm saying about these things. They just don't make sense to me. I don't understand the point of them. Like wall running, I just don't understand the point of them adding that to the game. The next thing was that the launchers were way too strong. They were way too strong. It just doesn't make sense, because you have perks that counter the kill streaks directly. You have Blind Eye and Cold-Blooded, I think it was. Blind Eye kept you from getting killed from streaks that were in the air, and Cold-Blooded kept you from dying from streaks that were on the ground. If you have those perks, then launchers should only be a means for you to take out streaks, but not as efficiently as they did. Scorestreaks should still be rewarding for people, and when you have kill streaks that take 10, 12, 13 plus kills to get in a row to earn them, and then you have launchers that have 4 rockets, it just doesn't add up to me. Especially, like I said, when you can just throw on Blind Eye or Cold-Blooded or whatever, and and completely stay immune to them and then just stand there and shoot them down instantly. It just doesn't add up. The last thing here is perk balance, which I feel like a lot of people probably think that the perk balance in this game is good, but I disagree wholly. I think the fact that having the chain-based movement mechanics like they do in Black Ops 3, having that, but needing Afterburner to get the most out of that movement, again, it just doesn't really make sense to me. I think that's a poor decision. I think everyone should have the same movement as everyone else. In the past, the most you would see was lightweight, which meant you just ran a little bit faster, but everyone can still get around. The same way in this game, you can't wall run and double jump and chain together multiple movements unless you're using Afterburner. And for people that can do that, I think it just adds, again, it lacks predictability for the game, and it just completely destroys the pace and the flow of the game. In addition, not having just a regular hardline, having anti-up, it never really seemed to pay off for me. I never really felt the difference running anti-up than running anything else. And past a certain point, it doesn't help you hardly at all if you're going for any high streaks. That perk is definitely meant for people who are running those low to mid-tier streaks, which I typically did not. So again, it doesn't really benefit everyone, so what's the point of having it? Flak Jacket wouldn't help you against explosives in hardcore, so that was completely worthless. Ghost was fairly balanced, which was nice compared to previous Call of Duties. But just overall, I don't know. The perks, they were okay, and they countered what they needed to counter, but they just, I don't know. They just felt really weak, and a lot of them just felt purposeless or really noob friendly, like Sixth Sense and Tracker. Alright, so now let's move on to the things that I actually did like about Black Ops 3. Like I said, I probably ranted quite a bit on a lot of those things, but those were 5 really big things that caused me to really, really dislike this game. The things I did like, though, I did enjoy playing hardcore. If you guys have been a part of this channel through the year, you know that I kind of made the switch about 1/3 halfway through the game's life cycle, and that really helped me appreciate the game more. It helped me enjoy the game more because like I said, in hardcore you don't have those inconsistencies because of view kick and stuff like that. And when you die in 1 to 2 bullets every single time, the gun balance is phenomenal because every gun can kill in 1 to 2 shots. So when every gun is good, the guns are balanced, in my opinion. That's kind of how I see it. So hardcore definitely helped with that. And like I said, it definitely helped with those inconsistent gunfights because of view kick and everything. And also, for whatever reason, you could actually sound whore a little bit in hardcore. Not really so much in core, but definitely in hardcore, which I think is really good. I know a lot of people like to, argue against sound whoring and saying that just promotes camping because people just wait for people to run by them because they know they're coming. But, I think it goes either way. I've always said, in my opinion, a camper is going to be a camper with or without a headset. So if you give a camper the ability to sound whore, they're going to camp. If you take off their headset and don't let them sound whore, I don't think that means they're going to get up and start running around even more. I think it just means that they're just going to sit there even longer. So, for me, sound whoring is a great thing. I think, it helps out good players just as much as it helps out a bad player. And it just makes you more aware. So, I thought the equipment balance was actually pretty good in this game, which was a big concern of mine coming off Black Ops 2 with all the C4 spam and EMP spam. I thought that the C4s could get pretty annoying, but overall, not many people have used them, so they weren't that bad. Not many people use stuns and stuff, so overall, I thought that the equipment balance was much improved over Black Ops 2. The Scorestreaks, when they were not shot down, actually performed pretty well. The Wraith and the Raps, together did, incredible work when they were not shot down. I felt like the GI unit was a good idea. It was really cool, and it had those moments when it could get you a lot of kills. I've had times where I've had a GI unit get me, 15 plus kills. Like just one GI unit will get me like 15 kills. And then sometimes I'll call in 2 and get 1 kill. So they're just way too inconsistent, but I like the idea of them The Talon was kind of a cool idea, you know, the escort drone, but, you know, a little bit smaller. You know, they brought back some streaks that were, you know, fan favorites, like the Lightning Strike and the Hellstorm and stuff. So, all in all, I thought that the idea of the streaks were pretty good, and most of them performed really well if they weren't shot down. And then this one's kind of weird, but I'm going to throw it out there. I thought that having optical attachments that actually worked was really, really cool. The idea that you could actually use a Barracks or the ELO sight was cool, or the fact that you could use what's it called, the ACOG, but it actually made the gun perform better. It wasn't just a clunky sight. I thought that was a really big improvement that Call of Duty needed, because previously you would just have a red dot, and then if you used an ACOG, that just put you at a disadvantage. It didn't help you at all. But in this game, it actually did help you, which I thought was kind of cool. And I know it's not really a big thing, but it's a pretty big positive in my opinion. So overall, guys, that is my final thoughts on the 5 things that I did not like and the 5 things that I did like in Black Ops 3. Of course, like I said, please leave me your comments down below and let me your thoughts. For my final grade out of 1 to 10, I'm giving Black Ops 3 a 6.5 out of 10. It is not the worst Call of Duty I've ever played, but it is certainly not the best. If you took out view kick and if you took out wall running, I feel like this game probably could have been like an 8 out of 10. But the view kick just absolutely ruined the consistency of the gunfights, especially with poor net coding, and the wall running completely just blew the pace and the flow out of the game and didn't add anything to it, as well as the launchers. If you nerf the crap out of the launchers, I think this game's like an 8 out of 10. It's an improved version of AW and Black Ops 2 put together. But as it is, and as we got, in my opinion, I think this game was a 6.5. So let me know what you guys thought. If you did enjoy the video, feel free to leave a like. I would appreciate it. If you hated it or disliked it, that's fine. Just hit that dislike button and leave me a comment so I know how to improve my content in the future. And if you really enjoyed this video, please subscribe. I do appreciate every single subscriber I get. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Watch me die on my nuclear streak to the RCXD. Let me know what you guys think. I do appreciate your time as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.